Caitlin Clark is already rewriting the 2025 WNBA storyline after only 3 games in her second season. She's breaking records, silencing comparisons, sparring with other #1 picks, and bringing her Indiana Fever to playoff-level intensity before June. Every pass, every point, and every minute Clark has on the floor is about making history. Here's how Clark upped the bar for point guards in the WNBA, made headlines with Rhyne Howard, and demonstrated leadership during one of the Fever's first major tests this season. Caitlin Clark breaks Sabrina Ionescu's WNBA record for the most 25-point, 10-assist games in only 42 appearances. Caitlin Clark, an Indiana Fever star, has had an instant and irrefutable impact on the WNBA. In her sophomore season, she has already broken a big record and continues to push the limits of what is possible in the league. Clark has rewritten the WNBA record books in only 42 professional games, becoming the player with the most games with at least 25 points and 10 assists. She now leads the league with 6 such performances, setting a new standard. Sabrina Ionescu scored 5 in 144 games, while Diana Taurasi scored 3 in 565 outings. Clark was selected first overall by the Fever in the 2024 WNBA draft, making him one of the league's most touted prospects in recent memory. Her move to the professional level was easy, and her early domination exceeded expectations. Clark's exceptionality stems not just from her frequent success, but also from the balance she brings to her game. She scores effortlessly and generates opportunities for her teammates with equal precision. This season, she has averaged 23.5 points, 10.5 assists, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.0 steals per game. Her shooting percentages are also excellent, with 45.5% from the field and 47.4% from beyond the arc. Her statistics are remarkable, but they only tell part of the story. The 23-year-old guard exhibits a rare combination of calm and intensity. Her passing is planned and precise, frequently threading needles that few players would attempt. Her three-point shooting opens up defenses and affects the court's geometry. With the ball in her hands, the Fever have a playmaker who can change the game in an instant. She has a presence that inspires her teammates and energizes the audience. Even in high-pressure situations, she remains calm and composed. Her confidence never wavers, and her zeal has proven contagious for a young Indiana team still searching for its identity. Clark entered the league with more fanfare than most players in recent years. Many people would struggle in the spotlight, but she has embraced it as motivation. Rather of shrinking under the weight of expectation, she has accepted it. Every game becomes a new stage, and each performance presents a new opportunity to lead, inspire, and deliver. Caitlin Clark isn't only a rising star. She is already changing the way excellence is measured in the WNBA. And with so much of her career still ahead of her, the league is only beginning to see the full extent of her abilities. However, brilliance is sometimes put to the test, not by statistics, but by moments. In the very next game, Caitlin Clark got into a heated altercation with another #1 overall choice. When Caitlin Clark engages in a heated on-court dispute, a media frenzy is unavoidable. 4 days after her hard foul appeared to anger Angel Reese, the Indiana Fever player was once again the subject of a viral moment. Near the end of the first quarter of Thursday's 81-76 victory over the Atlanta Dream, 2-time All-Star Rhyne Howard fouled Clark. The latter retaliated with a shoulder shove, clearly upset with how her fellow Rookie of the Year winner and #1 overall choice had been guarding her up until that point in the game. Before things got out of hand, teammates intervened. Despite the tension, Clark made an effort to communicate with Howard. "I'm not scared of you," she appeared to say via clutch points. The 2024 All-WNBA first-team teamer has had her fair share of heated exchanges during her early career, which she attributes to the sport's extremely competitive atmosphere. She objected to Howard's physical approach, which Fever fans will think was excessive, and the Dream Guard responded immediately. The chippy back and forth did not seem to linger, as the focus returned to the action. Indiana avenged a 91-90 home loss to Atlanta on Tuesday with a victory at Gateway Center Arena in College Park. Caitlin Clark did not have her greatest night, scoring only 11 points on 4 of 11 shooting, but Natasha Howard's outstanding performance propelled the Fever to victory. The 3-time WNBA champion scored 26 points on 12 of 17 shooting and added 7 rebounds. Rhyne Howard scored a team-high 24 points in the loss. The final 2 games had a playoff-like atmosphere. The intensity level is expected to remain high when the Fever and Dream meet again on June 10th. Clark will be in the spotlight whenever she steps onto the court, but fans can expect even more coverage when Indy, 2-1, faces the defending champion New York Liberty, 2-0, on Saturday afternoon. Of course, that heated Thursday night came after one of the Fever's most bitter pills yet, a painful 1-point loss to the Dream, which Clark referred to as a blessing. Nobody wants to lose, especially Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever guard. Following Clark's historic game, the Atlanta Dream defeated Indiana, 91-90. Following the game, the star guard revealed why the loss benefited her squad. "We wanted to win this game, but this is great for our team," Clark informed the audience. "A little adversity. How will we respond? I have to give my team a lot of credit for never giving up. We found a way back inside it. We have the opportunity to go there and play them again. We can get some atonement if we go out there and perform well. It made no difference whether I scored 27 points and 11 assists or had the most games in WNBA history with 25 points and 10 assists. However, this is only the second game of the season. After all, the Fever destroyed the Chicago Sky in the season opener and enjoyed great success. Although Chicago is rebuilding, Atlanta is a squad that wants to compete. After signing Brittney Griner and Brianna Jones in free agency, the Bigs are elite. When combined with Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, as well as new head coach Carl Smesko, they form a legitimate squad. That may be part of the competition Indiana will encounter. Facing elite competition is a significant advantage, especially so early in the season. Nobody knew what the Dream would be like after adding Smesko, Griner, and Jones. However, the mix proved to be exactly what they needed. Not to mention that Indiana reloaded itself. They re-signed Kelsey, and the Fever also signed free agents DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard, as well as traded for others. The core group is intact, but the surrounding elements are very different. Again, the Fever faced two very different teams, and they couldn't be more diametrically opposed. Clark is grateful for the loss, nevertheless, because it will help the team's chemistry. They weren't meant to lose, so this will be a huge test of their response. At the end of the day, 42 more games remain to be played. One game will not define their season, but facing adversity this early could be just what they need. It may not be considered adversity by others, but Clark does not. No matter what, the Fever will have a chance to reply on Thursday when they travel to Atlanta for a back-to-back series. In just 1 week, Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu had previously held the WNBA record. "I got into a heated argument with Ryan Howard. A devastating loss was referred to as a blessing, and reminded everyone why every game she plays matters for women's basketball. The spotlight is not diminishing. The pressure doesn't let up. And Clark, she isn't backing down." As Indiana prepares to face the reigning champions next, one question becomes clear. Will adversity create a contender or start something even bigger? In any case, Caitlin Clark is more than just a participant in the WNBA conversation. She is the topic, and the league has never been more active.